For the past two or so decades, superhero movies have dominated the movie industry, and now they're more popular than ever. And with a massive amount of superhero movies, that means we also have gotten a variety of superhero suits. Some are worse and better than others, and in this video, I'm going to go back to the past and pick out the top 10 superhero suits that I think are the best that we have ever seen in live action. Also, I think I should preface that I am not ranking these because they're so different and each have their own unique aspects about them, and I think it's unfair to compare them to other suits on this list. However, if there are alternative versions of these suits, then I will compare them, but otherwise I won't. And for this list, I'll be talking about these suits based on their looks and or the ways these suits represent the characters and their stories, not their capabilities. Also, this list is solely based on my opinion, so please just keep that in mind. And lastly, I hope you have some bit of enjoyment from watching my video. Anyways, let's get right into it. So, the first suit on this list is the Black Panther Civil War suit. I think Black Panther is my second or third favorite Marvel hero in the MCU, and it was honestly hard to choose between the Civil War suit and the nanotech suit, but I ultimately chose to go with the Civil War suit. This is just such a badass suit to look at. I love how bulky it is. It's more armor-like than nanotech-like, which ultimately gives this suit more of a natural feeling. But the design of it is also amazing. It's very complex, and the etchings on the suit have many of the symbolics of Wakanda and their culture, which is a cool and a given thing to incorporate in a superhero suit. The designs and lines are perfectly toned with the suit, so it doesn't look so over-designed when the suit is being worn in the day or night. I also gotta mention the mask, because I think it's the best representation of this suit, as its menacing eyes makes the suit more badass and intimidating. It's also the perfect suit to represent T'Challa's character in the Civil War movie, who was vengeful and angry. This suit perfectly showcases power, intimidation, and represents the history of Wakanda, and it's perfect for the character of T'Challa. Next is the Deadpool suit from Deadpool and Wolverine. By the time I wrote this script, the movie wasn't out, but now it is, and in my opinion hasn't changed. Deadpool's new suit in this third film is already his best suit ever. The original Deadpool suits in the movies are already amazing, as they strike the perfect balance between realistic and cartoonish. It has the right amount of pouches, hoisters, straps, and the overall design and look of it is perfect and simple. And this new suit has exactly that, but it just adds a couple more things to it. In this new suit, the red portion has become a bit brighter, which makes this suit more vibrant, and it perfectly fits the tone for Deadpool's character and the movie. The belt buckle has also changed to Deadpool's face, which is fun and even more comic accurate. It doesn't look out of place, it looks natural. This suit, just like the previous suits, has so much visual variety based on the texture and colors of the suit, which creates more contrast that looks so realistic and just cool in general. The design is near perfect, not overly complicated or overly designed. It's simple enough to be recognizable and just plainly look good. It's such a vibrant and outspoken suit that definitely fits Wade's character, who is very outgoing, brash, and has a wild personality. Every time Wade says something wild or abnormal, it'll work because this suit works with his character. It complements his wild comments and personality. Next is Spider-Man Lotus. Sorry, no, I'm putting up the Power Ranger suits from the 2017 film. I mean, come on, no way you're gonna look at these suits and tell me that they're not badass. The helmets are simple and well designed, definitely a Power Ranger like helmet, and they just look super cool. I like how they even somewhat take the shape of the animals that their power coins are based on. They really give off warrior vibes. The rest of the armor is so detailed and complex, there's just so much to go over. It's like a combination of Transformers and I guess I would say Star Wars. I want to mainly talk about the morphing grid universe thing in the chest that stands out the most, and with the universe looking at it. The suits look more, what's a good word, organic? It's also what I think causes the rest of the suit to light up in these neon lights that flow throughout the rest of the suit, signifying energy or some kind of power. They really add a nice aesthetic flair. It looks good. It kind of makes it seem like the suits are alive. and the diamond-like spikes attached to their backs are a unique addition, and they are pretty well designed, kind of reminding me of a fossil structure of dinosaurs based on their dinosaur theme, and it has a nice glowing effects on it which adds to their suits. And the story behind these suits are also pretty cool, as these suits are the ultimate payoff for the bond between the ones behind the masks. It's the ultimate payoff of a true bond and friendship between people, and I really like that. Next up is Moon Knight. Usually when redesigns for superhero suits are done, they don't usually work, but for Moon Knight it's a different case. I would actually go as far to say that the MCU's Moon Knight redesign is actually the best in general and surpasses the comics. With Moon Knight's entire shtick being Egyptian based, having his suit be in mummy wraps with some golden highlights makes it so much more aligned with its theme, and it looks so good. A golden like color mixed with white can make some concepts look really good, and that's certainly the case for Moon Knight's suit. Also, I have to mention how the wrappings on this has some written hieroglyphics on it, which is an awesome detail to add and really solidify that this is an Egyptian based suit. The hood of the suit has a medieval vibe to it and kind of signifies that this hero is a hunter of some sort. Like the Black Panther suit, the entire look and design of the suit looks badass and menacing. Also, the cape being a moon crescent is another amazing touch to add. What I also really love about this suit is how it kind of showcases the vengefulness and brutality of Mark. His suit is not something you can take lightly. It's intimidating and scary, and you can really feel a killer instinct from this suit. And that makes it even better given that there's more personalities than just Mark and Steven, who are possibly even more brutal and have a much darker personality. The next suit on this list is the upgraded Far From Home Spider-Man suit. You may be surprised to see this suit up here, but honestly, for me, this is one of the best live-action superhero and Spider-Man suits. Personally, I believe that black and red is one of the best color combinations you can do, and it'll work with almost any concept designs for anything, and that also really goes for superhero suits. I mean, look at Deadpool, but slap it onto Spider-Man and now we're talking. This is the first live-action Spider-Man suit to take a risky design change and switch up the color palette, but it still manages to stay true to the classic Spider-Man look while also changing things up enough for it to be its own and recognizable suit. The white spider logos stand out so much, but not so much to a point where they feel out of place. Actually, it contrasts the color palette of the suit perfectly. The mask itself is already great with its moving lenses, and just the entire suit is badass. Not only that, but the story behind as to why and how the suit was made in the first place is awesome as well. It perfectly represents Peter Parker's character development and his willingness to step up when things get tough, and when Peter Parker is at his lowest, and this suit represents that comeback and strength. Next up is the Man of Steel suit. Even though the movie sucks, I think the best thing to come out of Man of Steel is the suit. The Man of Steel suit is easily one of the most recognizable superhero suits out there, and for good reason too. One thing I want to mention is the texture of the suit. It's made out of this glistening fabric material with printed on chainmail texture, and it looks so grounded, amazing, and real. It kind of makes the suit more vibrant and glossy in certain shots, really giving off some alien-like vibes. I also think silver additions and silver wings on this suit give off a medieval vibe, kind of saying that the guy wearing this is a warrior and he is super strong, so don't mess with him. A silver-like color is nice to throw in for some more color contrast, and thankfully it doesn't take up much of the suit. It's just the perfect amount that doesn't overcomplicate the suit, and it actually proceeds to complement it rather. Man of Steel really changes many things about the original Superman suit, but just like the Far From Home suit, it manages to still stick to that classic look, not completely deviating from the original source material, and it manages to stay recognizable while also standing out on its own. And to be honest, I think after this suit was released, you can see that many future Superman suits are in one way, shape, or form inspired by Zack Snyder's suit. It's such an iconic and good look. There's no other way to put it. It's simple and it gets the job done. My next pick is the Batman suit. You may have expected that if I was gonna put a Batman suit in here, it would have been from the Dark Knight trilogy, but no. I think that Robert Pattinson's Batman suit is the best Batsuit out there right now. It's like a perfect combination of Ben Affleck and Christian Bale's suit. Let's start with the mask, as I think that's the coolest part. The jawline Pattinson has is perfect, and the mask perfectly suits him, and I love the stitches with the material of the suit. The rest of the suit is armored and wrapped in gadgets. I love how almost every single part of the suit really gives you the sign that you don't want to mess with this guy. The black and gray color palette is balanced nicely, and they really work together to give Batman that menacing look, especially when it comes to the mask. But I love how this suit perfectly represents Bruce Wayne in the Batman movie. It definitely gives off that sense of harshness and brutality that Bruce Wayne's dark personality has. At the beginning, it's supposed to be seen as something to fear, and the suit definitely does its job. My next pick is the Blue Beetle suit. This one also may come as a bit of a surprise, but I just cannot imagine creating this list without putting this suit in here. I mean, look at this thing. It's even better than the comics. The Scarab is a combination of technology and alien-like beings, and this suit definitely gives off those vibes. Black and blue is also an awesome color combination to use, and the way it's toned for the live action suit is perfect. The eyes, the scarab on the back, the legs, black portions under the blue armor that have a bunch of dark lines and weird patterns really represent the alien descent of this suit, while the blue portions, the armor outside, really represents the technology portion. Every little bit of this suit is super detailed. It's also super cool how the logo, the eyes, and some other bits glow. I really like that. It's a heavily modernized suit, but it works, and it's not overly designed. Like Deadpool, it perfectly balances between reality and cartoonish, and manages to look more badass than expected. Alright, we got 8 suits down, so now let's move on to the 9th suit, Iron Man Mark III. Listen, I have to include an Iron Man suit in here, and it was either going to be the Mark III armor, Mark 42, or the Mark 85 armor, and I'm going with Mark III. This suit is the first ever official Iron Man suit in the MCU, and it looks so good. I put this suit above the Mark 85 armor because unlike Mark 85, this suit has more of a bulky and robotic build, making it seem more natural and practical than the nanotech suit in Endgame. Even still, the red and gold color scheme in here works, and it has such a simple mechanical design. Both colors are toned perfectly. It also throws in some gray areas and black lines to make the armor look more mechanical and realistic. It also perfectly captures the military look this suit needs. The entire suit is a weapon, and it definitely looks like one. It's such a classic and recognizable suit, and a lot of people might have some bias towards this suit because it appears in the first ever MCU movie and is the first official Iron Man suit. But even without that bias, the suit is amazing on its own. It's one of the perfect examples of modernizing a classic design tied with the Mark 85 armor. Now, before I get onto the last suit, here are some honorable mentions that would have made it onto this list. Hulkbuster, the Web suit, Miss Marvel, TASM 2 suit, Nightwing, Tyler Superman suit, Homecoming suit, Integrated suit, Justice League Flash suit, Max Steel, Thor's Viking suit, and the Mark 85 armor. Now, here's the last suit on the list. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit. Yeah, I might start an argument in the comments with this one, but this is not only an awesome superhero suit, but in my opinion, the best Spider-Man suit we have ever gotten on the big screen. I can go all day on why I love this suit so much. It reinvents the classic Spidey suit so well. The modernized look is not overdone, and it perfectly manages to be recognizable as a Spider-Man suit given how many changes it has made to the classic look. The color scheme is awesome. The red and blue contrast perfectly, as well as the yellow eyes and the shape of the lenses give this suit a menacing look, which fits the tone for Peter Parker and the Amazing Spider-Man movie. The hexagonal rubber textures of the suit makes this suit the most believable and realistic Spider-Man suit. It adds on more depth as the material of these hexagonal textures are glossy and shiny, which gives off a brighter red color. The webbing on the suit is also very unique and has an interesting pattern. The chopped up long spider logo is also really unique, and it works for the physique of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And I love how the boots are made from actual shoes ordered online. It really gives off the sense that this suit was genuinely made at home by a teenage kid. Looking at this suit on its own, it's a very well designed and detailed suit, and it's not just the look that's cool, but this suit does the best job at adapting bits and parts of the character behind the mask. Peter Parker in this movie is more vengeful and angry, and this suit perfectly showcases that menacing and intimidating look of Peter Parker. This suit was made to hunt down the man Peter Parker in this movie was looking for, and it's even better when Peter Parker's views throughout the movie begins to shift. It's a suit that is made out of vengeance and anger, and by the end, it becomes a symbol of hope and a hero. The symbolism of this suit, how it represents the character, and the general look makes this, to me, the best live action Spider-Man suit ever to be put on the big screen. And that concludes my list of my top 10 best live action superhero suits. I know already that there are going to be heavy disagreements with this list, and if you have a completely different list or agree with this one, let me know what you agree and disagree with, and feel free to comment on your list of your top 10 best live action superhero suits in the comments down below. But all in all, that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you all have enjoyed this video, and I wish you all an amazing day or night. See ya.